You're a level 1 Usui Reiki practitioner, and for some reason you believe, it's just level 1. It's the first level, it's really not that much. There's not much I can do. I really need to get attuned. I really need to go further up to level 2, maybe become a Reiki teacher, or at least have the attunements, and maybe after that, I'm not gonna do much with it because I don't even know what to do with level 1. Hi, I'm Vlad from ReikiSchool.com. And today, I'm gonna present to you, if you are level 1 Usui Reiki, how much you can do with level 1 Usui Reiki, because level 1 is not something that's low and Reiki Master is not something that's big. It depends what you do and how you look at them. So before starting, consider giving a thumbs up, sharing and subscribing so that other Reiki enthusiasts can find content such as this one. With that out of the way, let's start. So you're level 1 Usui Reiki and you believe that it's just level 1, it's not something wow. I really need to get attuned to other levels if I really want to go further up the ladder, and because level 1 is just low, it's cheap, it sounds like it's nothing. Well, let me tell you something. There is a Reiki teacher who channeled a famous Reiki system, and his name is Hyakuten Inamoto. I've met him in Japan for the 100 years of Reiki in Osaka. He's a great person. Very calm, very nice, very warm, very like laid back, and just puts you in a ASMR like state of relaxation when he speaks. The story goes that he was level 1 Usui Reiki, the traditional old Usui Reiki. He was level 1 for almost 10 years. 10 years under his master, and obviously he wanted to grow, to go to level 2. His master said, no. Not only you're not ready, you have not integrated the concept and elements of Reiki level 1. And the fact that you always ask me to go to level 2, you are not ready. And he stayed with level 1 for a lot of time. And he gained so much experience and channeled the universal life force energy so well, even better than his fellow Reiki teachers who were lazy. The point is, that you can do, if you are perseverant and you really want to do things with Reiki, you really want to help yourself, help others and learn, you can do more than, with level 1, you can do more than Reiki teachers do in a year, because here's the thing. These days, attunements are offered like candy. Though I'm sorry to say that, but some teachers offer it like it's something, sure, here, have it. And one of my teachers does similarly sometimes, because he did do it properly back in the day. He just doesn't have the time right now to explain everything. He leaves that in his students' responsibility, the ones that handle everything, the ones that are close to him, to explain these things, and they do. In the beginning, it was a bit more complicated. He did explain, but it took a lot of time, but nobody explained what the attunement was, and I got attuned for 2 levels, then I got attuned for 3 levels, and it was a bit confusing. Obviously, in time, with all this confusion, I got everything straight and forward, and I understood what was going on very well. But it took some time. So what I'm trying to say is that level 1 is by no means something low. It depends what you do with it. Level 1 is nothing if you do nothing with it. It's the same as level 3 Usui Reiki is almost nothing if you do something with it. If you don't do something with it. Obviously, they offer a connection, a better perception and connection with the divine energy and divine consciousness. But if you leave it there and you do nothing for years on end, nothing much will happen. It's just going to have 1 year or half a year, you're going to have a boost in your well-being and health and perception. But if you do nothing, that's just where it's going to stay. And if that's your choice, that's okay. I'm not judging here. I'm not trying to judge. I'm just explaining the potential that you have with one or the other attunements. That's all. Again, I give this example all the time. It's like having a beautiful muscle car, American sports car, or whatever it is. I just like those, but it doesn't matter. A beautiful car in your garage, and you just leave it there for 20 years or 10 years, and it gets rusted and the oil dries up and everything, and it's not useful anymore. You have it there, you just went with it a couple of times and you left it there for a decade or more. It's useless, right? You have it there and do nothing with it. So, point is, you can do a lot with level 1. What can you do with level 1? Well, the first thing, obviously, is the self-treatment. But here's the thing. Compared to the level 2 and above, you have symbols. At level 1, technically, you don't have symbols. It's not like, for example, the first Reiki symbol, Chokurei, is off limits. It's not like that. It's not like, oh, there's a barrier here, you cannot cross it, it's a border. No. If you want, you can use, for example, the first symbol, Chokurei. You're not going to have the full extended access to all the energy information, energetic print of that symbol, but you can use it. The more you will use it, the more you will integrate it. Before we continue, I want to drop a quick reminder for those of you drawn to Reiki symbols you haven't been attuned to. Maybe you felt curious or even connected to certain symbols, but hesitated because you thought you weren't ready or didn't have the right training. I used to think that way too. But over the years, I realized there's no such thing as perfect preparation. It's far more powerful to follow your intuition and let your curiosity lead the way. You can work with any symbol to some extent just by meditating on its shape and experimenting with it in daily life. By this, you begin to build a relationship with its energy. In fact, that's what I recommend even for the symbols you are attuned to, because true integration comes from experience, not just ceremony. That's why I created the Ultimate Reiki Symbols Guide, a practical resource with 65 Reiki symbols, their meanings, uses, and how to integrate them in your practice even without a formal attunement. This guide opens the door to deeper exploration and growth without waiting for the perfect moment. So, if you're ready to go beyond the standard 3 and start working with the symbols you truly resonate with, grab the digital copy on Reiki Scoop or the physical book on Amazon. Now, let's return to the video. If you're level 1, you just have to activate your palms, rubbing them. And this has a symbolic thing. It's not just for rubbing, for warming up. This removes any kind of friction when you wash your hands energetically. And when you do this is removal of residual energies, residual cords, etheric cords, residual and even negative energies. So this stimulates the idea of activating your palms. That's why we do this in Reiki. So no symbols for now, just this. And you can send Reiki, you can start the self-treatment. So that's what you can do. First of all, the self-treatment. And make no mistake, the self-treatment is the backbone of Reiki. If you don't do that, then yeah, I don't know what to say. Maybe this video is not for you then. So the self-treatment is the best, basic, and most important actually thing that you can do with the level where Reiki level 1. You can do that in Reiki level 2 as well. But you will be amazed how many people advance in Reiki and they stop the self-treatments because they think it's enough just to have the attunements. So, the self-treatment. You can use level 1 Reiki to clean your room, your house. Believe it or not, you're not going to need symbols. What you do have is spirit guides. Every level of Reiki has spirit guides. And even if there are not that many, because each level brings a number of spirit guides, yes, you can have thousands if you want, but if you do nothing with them, it's really not that important, is it? If you have 10 of them, you know, like the Spartans, 300 that were focused on war. And this time we're focusing on healing, okay? I'm just giving an example. Instead of having 30,000 that do nothing. So, if you have 10 spirit guides, let's say, because it's like angels that you are receiving when you have attunements. You send energy to them, and yeah, you don't have access to the distance healing, but because your spirit guides are connected to you through etheric cords directly to you, can send them energy from time to time, just as a meet and greet, but also for support because they feel what you feel because of this connection to the etheric cords. You can invoke them, support, help you cleanse your room and your house. How do you cleanse your room and your house without Reiki symbols? It's quite simple. Activate your palms. And if you have a wall in front of you, let's say I have a wall in front of me, I do this. I cleanse it. Easy. All that. Each wall, ceiling, floor, do the same. And you ask the spirit guides to help you also cleanse the room. And you know what? First level practitioners that do this have a stronger connection with their spirit guides than teachers have. For some reason, the more you advance in this and the more you are tempted to leave it aside because you believe that it's enough. It's not really. It is enough to have a start, but it's not enough if you do nothing with the start. I've been there, so I know that. So this is another thing. The second thing is that you are able to cut your own cords or other people's cords. You are able to practice on others, but I'll get into that in a minute. Cut your own cords. Notice I do it on the superior side, and then I do it on the lower side, the inner side of the arm. I do it for the body, from one shoulder to the hip, one shoulder to the hip. And you can do it because you have level 1. This means that you're attuned to Reiki. It means that you have a better ability to cleanse yourself. This is a traditional way of cleansing the body. You also have the combing technique. One hand, the non-dominant hand is the tray. The dominant hand is the brush. After you activated your palms, fingers are slightly apart, and you comb the aura, the combing method, the brushing, aura brushing if you wish to call it. I call it the combing method. And you gather everything that's residual here. When it feels full, throw it to the ground. And then you restart. And you do it for all the body, not just the superior part. I'm just showing the superior part because it's on camera. Legs, feet, inguinal area, lower abdomen, every part. And you have this and you throw it to the ground. Helping others. You can perform Reiki, not attunements, but you can help them. You can help others after you have experience with yourself. When practicing on yourself, you know the hand positions. Traditional or chakras, does not matter. You know the hand positions. You know the brushing method. You know how to cleanse the house. You know how to use the spirit guides. You know the Reiki principles. So there's a lot going on so far, isn't it? You can help others. You can offer Reiki to other people. Not via distance, but face to face. And you can use the hand positions on them. That's how Reiki was originally. Done without, even if there were symbols, they were not used that much, the symbols. They were concepts. Now we use symbols because it's more efficient and because the light flows are more abundant. But I don't want to digress. No symbols, you just use your hands. My hands are already super hot right now. Okay, I rub them, I know. But beyond the rubbing, when I start sending universal energy and I start cleansing the body, they feel super hot. It's the friction, you're right. It's the particles and everything, yes. But level 1, believe me, even if you just do this and you start sending universal energy to someone, to yourself, you're gonna feel, even if you keep it at a distance, you don't need to put the hands directly on your body if you don't want, if you want to test it. And you keep it like this, a few inches apart, and you will feel the heat, as if you are placing the hands directly on the body. Level 1 is not to be underestimated, especially when you practice it each day. So helping others, I don't want to digress. You place your hands on the hand positions, on the chakras if you want, on certain areas that feel off. And how do they feel off? And I'm going to get into that use in just a minute. When they feel off, a bit like they sting or they tickle or they feel a different vibration, cold or too warm, you place your hands there, or you place the hands generally on the hand positions. They are lying down, that's why I'm showing this. They are lying down or they are sitting in a chair, and you can offer the Reiki treatment. You can also offer the combing technique. You don't need to complicate things, simple things. How do you tell the person that has imbalances? You use the Biosen technique, the one traditional method of scanning the body. And you just need level 1 for that. You don't need 1,000 levels. You can have them if you want, but it can work with level 1 Usui Reiki. You activate your palms, you relax, take a few deep breaths, and while you're having the student or the person in front of you, you start scanning slowly from the head with both palms all the way to the feet. When something feels tingling, cold, stinging maybe in your palms, it means there is an imbalance there. And then you restart from the feet to the head. Slowly. Okay, I'm showing it a bit too fast maybe because the video has to go on. Like this is the speed. And you do this a few times if you need it. You can do it one time and you might already feel what's there, but maybe you need a couple of times or 3 times to scan the body. And you can do this for you as well. And this is another technique for level 1 Usui Reiki. I do present these techniques in levels 2 and even 3 because people forget about them, but they are actually meant for level 1 Reiki. They are so many things for level 1, and I think I can present more, but I don't want to make this video too long. These are the basic, most important elements of level 1, at least from my experience. I know there are more original Japanese techniques, traditional ones. A couple of them I can't even pronounce their name. But these are more complex. Those are more complex, and I think I need a separate video for specifically the traditional Japanese methods of Reiki. But I'm just saying about level 1. I don't want to digress. There's so many things you can know. You know the Reiki principles. You know the Biosen. You know the brushing, aura combing. You know the brushing of the body. You can offer Reiki to others. You have the self-treatment, which is very important. You have the house cleansing. You have access to spirit guides. Come on. You have a lot going on with just level 1. If you think those are attributed to higher levels, no. Those things are normally learned at level 1. Some teachers prefer to offer them, some teachers prefer to not. I'm not saying whatever approach they use is their business. I'm just saying what I teach, for example, at level 1. And these are all part of level 1, and there are more. So my point is, and also, a bonus method. You can invoke the universal life force energy before or after or during the self-treatment. You activate your palms, you place your palms above the head as if you're receiving a wave of energy, and actually you are. And you invoke the universal life force energy. I invoke the flow of universal life force energy to flow through my crown chakra all the way to my body. I invoke the universal life force energy to flow through my crown chakra all the way through my body and through my feet. I invoke the universal life force energy to flow through my crown chakra and through my body to the root and to the feet area. Doesn't matter the algorithm, you can make your own. It's just a general idea. And you invoke the universal energy. You can stay for this a couple of minutes, 1 minute, and visualize the flow. And yes, you can do that at level 1 because it's taught at level 1 normally. I use it for higher levels because most students are higher levels, but these are learned at level 1. So you have so many things to work with, and not to mention other meditations. Level 1 is not weak or low or whatever you want to call it. The same as level 3 Usui Reiki is not the pinnacle. What you do with those levels is what really matters. Keep that in mind. So this video is long enough. I just wanted to mention the importance of level 1 and what you can do with it. With that being said, consider liking, subscribing, and even sharing this video so other Reiki enthusiasts or even teachers can find content such as this one. Thank you so much for being here and for watching until the end. And I'll see you in the next video. Blessings to you. Before you go, there's one last thing I want to share to support your Reiki journey. If you let Reiki slip into the background of your life and you're ready to bring it back, this message is for you. I know how it feels to return after a long absence and feel like you've forgotten how to connect. You go through the motions, but questions arise each time you seem to make progress. My solution was to go back to my Reiki teacher and regain my confidence and rhythm in group sessions. But when you don't have the luxury to spend time with like-minded individuals, motivation dries out. That's why I created the 21 Reiki Challenge, a free program where we practice Reiki together for 21 days. Over 2,000 Reiki enthusiasts took on the challenge to rebuild their habit and reconnect with universal life force energy. You don't have to bring Reiki back into your life all alone. Just click the link in the description below, sign up, and let's practice Reiki together. Join the 21 Reiki Challenge to return to Reiki with confidence and support.